Hey, good morning. Happy Monday. I'm Pastor Andy Ross at Northminster Presbyterian Church in Tucson, Arizona. And I hope your Monday is starting well and that this is a week of blessings, God's leading, and adventures for you. I want to ask you about tests. If I were to give you a test, how would you feel? Do you have that test anxiety inside? I've got here a cool thing. It's an egg in a container of water. And I did this, I saw that you can tell if an egg is a good egg or a bad egg by putting it in water. And I thought I would impress my wife with my culinary skills. And I saw this thing on the internet. It must be true. There's like a panel chart on what the egg does in the water to tell whether it's gone bad or if it's still fresh or if it's going bad. And I looked it up and I was so discouraged. There were like 16 squares in the grid. If it's on its side, if it's upright, if it's floating towards the top this way, if it's floating at the top. I thought, oh my gosh, I mean, if it's in the middle and doing the brushstroke, it was not simple. I should never have put this egg in this water. And now how do I get it out? How do you deal with test anxiety? And the question of whether something is a good egg or a bad egg. Today, we are starting a series of devotions, and we're going to be tracking on the Presbyterian Daily Lectionary. It's simply a daily schedule of scripture readings that includes Psalms, Old Testament, a letter from the New Testament, and a gospel. And I think we're going to post the lectionary site if you want to have a daily schedule of scripture readings. Our morning devotions will hinge on one of those readings. And so today I want us to look at the letter from the New Testament, and it relates to tests. In 1 John, there's three letters. In 1 John chapter 3, we read, "This is how we know that we belong to the truth, and how we set our hearts at rest in his presence, whenever our hearts condemn us. For God is greater than our hearts, and he knows everything. Dear friends, if our hearts do not condemn us, we have confidence before God and receive from him anything we ask, because we obey his commands and do what pleases him. And this is his command, to believe in the name of his Son, Jesus Christ, and to love one another as he commanded us." Ever have those moments of self-doubt? You give yourself a test that you're determined that you won't pass. You see an error in your life. You see an imperfection, and it causes you to doubt that you really are a Christian. You really do belong to God. You really are saved. It's one of the hardest tests. Well, don't go float in water. The scripture says, if you believe in Jesus Christ and you are practicing a life of love for others, you're a good egg. Rest and keep living that life of being a child of God. Believe in Jesus Christ. Trust in him. And then every day, work on those actions, those words that are a blessing to others, that show love to one another. Hey, happy Monday. You've passed in Jesus Christ.